it has become very clear to us that the root of our problems stem much more from the outdated and ineffective administrative and management systems that drive our infrastructural assets than it does from any particular lack of resources. Potholes, for example, do not present any level of technical or administrative challenges that should allow them to continue to compromise our road network in the way that we have seen over the last years. BAPE's final assessment in that particular case is that potholes are not related to lack of resources, lack of finances, lack of expertise, environmental conditions, or even in the way that the roads themselves are used, but to the administrative system that we insist on using to administer what has become a relatively complex national network of roads. We believe that we have the resources, the technology, and the expertise in Barbados to build roads that can live a lifetime pothole-free. Our review of the building codes concluded that in the face of credible level of exposure to national disasters from known threats like hurricanes, for example, and earthquakes, Barbados continues to be one of the few countries where mandatory building codes have yet to be legislated. This lack of prescribed minimum standards also seems to impact on the ongoing legacy that we see of sick buildings and environmental issues which continue to impose unplanned disruptions and costs, now surely in the hundreds of millions of dollars, on the society as a result of these disruptions. But such failures are only to be expected when there is poor professional standards during the planning and the construction phase of large public projects, and scant regard for minimum design standards that have been established as necessary if we want to enjoy lifelong satisfactory operations as stipulated by engineering professionals. As we explore this issue of alternative energy this morning, therefore, BAPE is keenly interested in the management structures being proposed as government seek to execute what surely must be one of the most complex transformations in national energy policy that can be contemplated. This proposed transformation, while clearly technically feasible, economically practical, and certainly environmentally desirable, will be many times more complex to implement, we think, than have been basic issues like potholes, or solving potholes, building standards, and even making sewage projects work. It is BAPE's hope that one of the outcomes of this seminar will be some serious consideration given to the kind of national administrative structures to be used to drive this desirable change from fossil fuels to renewable. It is clear that what we have been doing in the past has not been providing satisfactory results. It is our assessment that of those issues today indicate that failures have been coming not from technical engineering weaknesses per se, but in fact from inadequate application of such professional inputs at the highest possible level of planning and execution. BAPE strongly supports government's new policy and with respect to this move to renewables. However, it needs to be supported by a very clear vision of what this energy future will look like come 2030, by clear guidelines and rules that will guide the policy, by clear and smart targets to be achieved along the implementation period, and by a clear determination of what success and failure will look like and what the consequences of these will be. These decisions then must be interpreted and documented by a law or by laws in Barbados which support the predetermined national policy, and it will require high-level expert guidance and consensus among the various groups in order to conceptualize a successful, workable implementation plan for Barbados with this project. We believe, therefore, that this seminar represents a critical phase in bringing this important national policy to fruition. BAPE wants to particularly thank the key presenters, who are all experts in various areas of energy and renewable technologies and law, for agreeing to share their knowledge with us this morning, today, in fact. And we thank, in particular, Minister Abrams, who has the ministerial responsibility for bringing the whole policy to life, for agreeing to participate and to outline the policy and intent of government with respect to this particular question of electricity production by renewables. I want to close by again thanking every one of you for being here, to welcome you warmly, and to wish you a happy, productive day. We at BAPE look forward to interesting contributions, an informal atmosphere where you feel free to make your contribution and raise your issues, because this is the way we will reach the consensus needed for success. Thank you very, very much, and a special welcome to everyone.